What's going on, everybody? It's JetsCentral coming back with another video, and we finally have some sort of an answer at the Jets general manager position, or at least uncovered the next clue in that search. Let's face it, over the past few weeks, it's been, at least for me, kind of annoying. You know, we have all these different Jets reporters, we have all these different guys all across the country. You know, one guy will say one thing, another guy will say something different, then you'll have like a third guy contradicting both of them. It's been really, really annoying, and in reality, the Jets, we haven't, made a decision. We haven't had a ton of interviews. We don't really know what's going on with Adam Gase. We don't really know what's going on with Woody Johnson. Is he going to come back? Is he going to have a say in the decision? What's going on with Chris Johnson? It's just question mark after question mark after question mark. But it was reported by I believe a Yahoo reporter, just came out like 30 minutes ago, I believe, that the New York Jets finally set up an interview and will be interviewing Joe Douglas, the man that needs no introduction, right, from the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm sure every single Jets fan knows who Joe Douglas is, because over the past few days, or really weeks, he's been like the front runner. He's been the guy that's kind of the hot name on the market. He's the guy that was linked with Adam Gase. You know, they spent some time together before in the past. So, supposedly they have a pretty good relationship, and I don't really see Adam Gase bringing on a general manager who they, like a Mike McCagnon versus Gase 2.0. I don't really see that happening. If we do bring in Joe Douglas, I can't sit here and lie to you guys. I don't really have an opinion on it because I just don't know the facts. I don't really know what Joe Douglas has done as far as his actual like inner workings within the organization. I mean, if he has high regard around the league, that's one thing that's awesome. But I would just kill to be a fly in the wall, with some of these some of these meetings with the Philadelphia Eagles, with Doug Peterson and, all these different guys, Howie Roseman, all these different guys. So Joe, I don't really have an opinion on it, but I guess we're getting a guy who's, getting a guy in the building to interview, I should say, that has high regard. A lot of people have a lot of respect for this guy. He has done a lot for that Eagles organization, and I've talked to a bunch of Eagles fans. They don't want to see this guy go. Okay, they're going to be sad to see Joe Douglas walk out the door. And it's funny, whenever you click on like a Joe Douglas storyline, or one of these reports or rumors on Twitter, and you look at the mentions or comments rather, you just see all these Eagles fans just saying, "Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave, please don't go. You guys are, Joe, you're gonna regret it," all that stuff. So when you take a step back and you look at it, who is Joe Douglas? He's a guy that everybody loves around the league. The Eagles fans love him. The Philadelphia Eagles love him. If we can get this guy in the building, I would have to say it's a positive, even though I don't really know, like I said before, Douglas's inner workings within the organization. I don't really know what moves he's been responsible for. I don't know what moves he's backed and what moves he hasn't really backed. So all we can really go off of is third-party information. And as far as we know right now as Jets fans, the Gase-Douglas relationship is good. They've worked together in the past. And if Douglas has high regard around the league, and this guy's considered one of the top candidates for the next general manager position, whether it's the Jets or another team. The Jets just so happen to be the only team in the league with that opening, like actively looking for candidates, participants for that role. Then it might be a match made in heaven. Okay, so I'm really, really excited to get Joe Douglas in the door. I hope something gets worked out and we have this situation finally cleared up, because I feel like this is just, it's just so annoying to me at this point. It's almost nauseating in a sense that every single time you'll click open Twitter, it's just story after another story contradicting the first story, and everybody seems to be saying they're right, and in reality, nobody really knows who's right. Only time will tell. So, pretty confusing stuff. Pretty hazy situation, but hopefully a deal gets worked out this weekend between Joe Douglas and the New York Jets. But even if Douglas does get, signed by this Jets organization and he does take the reins as the next general manager, we do still have some situations or some wrinkles to be ironed out. Like, as far as, like I mentioned before, what's going on with the owner situation? Is Woody Johnson going to have a say in this thing? Is he going to oversee like day by day, transactions and whatnot? Because technically it's Chris Johnson's team as of right now. He's running the ship, but supposedly general manager candidates that are, could be interested in the New York Jets job are being they're just shying away from the opportunity because there's just so many question marks with this team. As we all know, in the past, the Jets they've set up the general manager head coaching position very odd, where the GM and the head coach are on the same playing field and they both have to report to the owner. It doesn't really work like a normal organization would, where it's, like a normal pyramid, a hierarchy of different positions. It's kind of weird how the Jets set it up. I personally don't know why they set it up like that. Maybe it's just the owner's personal preference. He just wants to be, in the mix. Like a Mark Cuban or something like that. I don't really know why the Jets set it up like that. I don't know why, but what's done is done. The New York Jets supposedly have an interview with Joe Douglas this weekend. I'm hoping we could get something worked out, like I said before. And let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section about Douglas, about the possible New York Jets pairing. Do you like it? Do you hate it? And also, the reasons why. Now, one quick thing before I end the video. I know it's going on 6 minutes here, a little longer than I thought, but Marvin Lewis just got picked up by Arizona State. That was a really solid pickup. I was actually thinking, over the past couple days that Marvin Lewis, he wouldn't have been a bad option in my eyes at the general manager position for the Jets. Because, when you look at his tenure, that the Bengals, of course, everybody makes fun of him. Oh, he doesn't have, playoff win, and he was there for so long. He had, the longest leash, in NFL history to get, to have success with that Bengals organization, but he never really had that amazing Super Bowl run. He never had that dynasty of a team. But when you look at the Bengals rosters throughout the years, what free agents did that team actually get? Of course, Pac-Man Jones, there's a few other guys that, little free agents here and there, but they drafted so much talent in Cincinnati. They were kind of known for just building through the draft and really developing players. So I really felt as though maybe Marvin Lewis could have been an option for the GM spot for the New York Jets, but he goes to Arizona State, the Sun Devils, with ex-Jet head coach Herman Edwards. So pretty cool stuff over there in Arizona. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and go Jets.